afternoon. I'm Colby Raymond.
And I'm Sierra McGeehan.
And this is the KES News. What's for lunch? For tomorrow's lunch we will have
Asian chicken with brown rice, edamame, pineapple, and fresh fruit.
Mr. Butcher will now announce the classes that had perfect attendance today.
Perfect attendance, perfect attendance, perfect attendance is what we want. Yeah.
Thanks, Colby and Sierra. Classes with perfect attendance today in kindergarten, Miss Boletska, Miss Caldwell, Miss Graham, and Miss Johnson. In first grade, Miss Lee and Miss Stevens, and Miss Stevens has 3 days in a row. In third grade, Miss Massey, Miss Piner, and Miss Solomon. In fourth grade, Miss Hess. Also, Dr. Mays, who has 3 days in a row, and Miss Hawkins. Congratulations, those classes had perfect attendance.
Mr. Meadows will now announce the top lunchroom classes today.
Miss Tamara and Miss Jennifer have picked our classes for today that had outstanding behavior in the cafeteria, doing their 4 jobs. Remember, 1, eating your lunch. 2, talking quietly. 3, staying in your seat. And 4, cleaning up after yourself. And the classes today that did those 4 things the best was Miss Kinney for the 3rd day in a row, Miss Escover, and Miss Wood. They went in there and they did their job. They ate their lunch, they stayed in their seat, or they talked quietly to their friends, they stayed in their seat, and they cleaned up. And that's what we need to be doing each and every day when we go in the cafeteria. Those 4 things, you do those 4 things and everything will be great. And maybe your class will be one of these classes that gets in there.
For today's joke, we have Bella Bruton in Miss Sullivan's class. Bella, what's the joke of the day?
Why can't pilots do the alphabet?
I don't know. Why can't pilots do the alphabet?
Because they got stuck at sea.
Oh.
For the fact of the day, we have Meredith Martin in Miss Chandler's class. Meredith, what's the fact of the day?
At least 12 rocks from Mars have landed on Earth.
Interesting.
Interesting. Today we have Evan Griffith in Miss Pittman's class. Evan, what's the vocabulary word of the day?
Funny?
What does funny mean?
Something that makes you laugh.
Interesting.
Okay, guys, a couple of announcements and reminders. Study Island is one of our is a program that we do for our focus school, and it is a requirement that everyone should be using it. So make sure that you're using Study Island. Remember, Study Island, if you're in kindergarten, 1st, 2nd grade, we're trying to earn 2 blue ribbons a week, 1 in reading and 1 in math. And in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, we're trying to earn 4, 1 in reading, 1 in math, 1 in science, 1 in social studies. In order to earn a blue ribbon, you got to have a 70. That means you have to have 7 out of 10 correct, and you have to have at least 10 questions. So really be working on that, and teachers encourage them to do that. If you're not making assignments for your kids on a weekly basis, you probably should, so they can get on there and do it. And students, we give you plenty of time during the day. I know that you get to go to the computer lab and do it, and I know Study Island's not as much fun as some of the other things, but Study Island is a very good program to help you get ready for it. So make sure you're doing Study Island. If you do not have access to Study Island at home, our computer lab is open every morning from 7:15 to 8 o'clock, and then it's open every afternoon till 4:30 with the exception of Friday. So there's no excuse for you guys not doing Study Island. Also, too, computer, you can get on there and do Myon, Accelerated Reader. We have lots of programs, MobiMax. We have lots of programs that you guys can use to help you. Don't just get on that computer and do research or do YouTube or any of those kind of things. You can't even do that at our school, but you want to make sure that you're getting on there and using those programs because it is a requirement. Those things help us each and every day. So make sure you're doing your Study Island. We encourage you guys to earn those blue ribbons each and every week.
That is all the announcements we have for today.
Thank you for being ready, respectful, and responsible student who is focused on graduating the year 2025.
Because when you are a ready, respectful, and responsible student who is focused on graduating, you are
Fully committed to student success.
It is now time for our car riders and after-school buses to come to the gym.
When you come to the gym, you need to walk on the right side of the hall and be silent.
When you get to the gym, you need to sit at your grade level rows and be silent so you can hear your car called.
If you're a bus rider, you need to pay attention to the announcements so that you can hear your bus be called.
When your bus is called, please make sure you go straight to your bus.
Also, make sure you walk on the right side and are silent.
Please make sure you pay attention so you don't miss your bus. I'm Colby,
And I'm Sierra.
and that was the KS News.